come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
I'm a hero of the new world.
You're a disease, and I'm the cure.
Be advised that I'm mean, nasty, and tired. I eat concertina wire and piss napalm, and I can put a round through a flea's ass at 200 meters. So you go hump somebody else's leg, mud.
everybody, to another Appreciating Comic Book Art Live. Here we are, rock and rolling after a month of streaming. Back into it. Look at us go. I'm excited.
Going.
All right,
Here.
Kayla's here. Stream looks pretty good, right?
Nice.
I know you're having internet issues.
Only me.
Yeah. Well, welcome back, crew. It's great to see everybody here. I know we've all been through it over the last few weeks of being sick in the hospital. How's your wrist feeling there, Kayla?
It is messed up, but it doesn't matter. We're still the sexiest panel on YouTube that talks comics.
That's right.
Chat?
That's right. We nobody nominated us that in the chat awards or the nobody gives a damn awards, whatever it is. I'll just say, like, next year, we're gonna nominate us and then we're gonna win, because god damn it, it's true.
It's because I'm Armenian. No one gives a shit about Armenian people.
Yeah, and Sean and I were minorities,
We're
on paper. We're minorities on paper, like.
True. So they're racist is what I'm hearing?
Oh, jeez.
Be better, chat.
Yeah, my wrist is healing. So I'm out of an air cast and now I'm in a wrist thing, and then I have to go to OT. So that's been fun.
Sounds like it. I've never sprained or broken anything, so I have no idea what that's like. So I mean, apparently I didn't know I broke anything either. So well,
that's why I'm at where I'm at. So yeah.
Well, if you guys didn't know, if you weren't in the Spawn review that we just did on the comic block, which, by the way, this is the second hour of the comic block we do on Mondays, a Spawn review we just did. This is Appreciating Comic Book Art Live, but I was out for weeks with pneumonia. Kicked my ass. It's probably the sickest I've been in a long time, probably since I had COVID. The other time I was really, really sick. And finally back. I know Sean went through his thing, so it's like it's weird. Like, at once, almost everybody on the streams on this channel, including people that are hosts of the Spawn review, we got hit. It was crazy. Like, somebody didn't want us to stream. They didn't want this channel to happen. But here we are. We're back. We're ready.
Though.
Yeah. It was a nice little break, I gotta say. But I'm happy to be back streaming and looking at amazing comic book art. Which, by the way, everybody, if you guys haven't checked it out, we are looking at Devil's Reign from 1997, which was the Top Cow Marvel crossover, and this is basically some of the best artists at Top Cow at the time did 8 issues of this run. We're gonna look at 4 issues this week, and then I think we're gonna look at the other 4 issues next week. Michael Turner will be next week, so you guys check out that one. We got some Michael Turner art next week, but this week we got Silvestri, we got Billy Tan, we got Joe Benitez. I know I'm leaving people out here.
You know what this was, though? This is Top Cat, like Extreme and Wildstorm did Heroes Reborn. And if you followed on Rob Liefeld's observations when he was going over to Heroes Reborn, he was saying how Jim Lee didn't want Mark in the deal.
That's right.
This just seems to be Mark being like, okay, let us do something together.
Do their own thing.
And a book you got to get, which is one of the most beautiful illustrated piece of work out there, is the Star Trek X-Men comic that Mark and Top Cow had done.
I'm going to get it.
Beautiful.
I've never owned it. I know about it. I'm definitely going to get it at some point. And when we do, we'll definitely look at it, because Sean's been talking about that for a while.
When you get that, you're going to be like, fuck. Like, not like, oh, this is missing pieces, but like for your own artistic journey, like the gradations and everything, it's just top tier tits, dude. Hell yeah. No, I'm gonna look for that. We're gonna do that.
I will.
I got this. This is Joe's. I still gotta send it out to him.
It's a
shut up.
Oh yes. I'm so excited. Last Blood 2. Let's go. Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'll get it out eventually. That's my spiel.
I will say too, this is one of the few intercompany crossovers that actually counts for Earth 616 in Marvel.
Really?
So yeah.
I did not know that.
It's one of them that does actually count. So I had to refresh my memory, because Joe was like, we're looking at Devil's Reign, a Top Cow crossover. And I was like, the Top Cow, because it was a Devil's Reign that came out in 2021 in recent years that was fairly popular. that we sold a bunch of at the shop. That was done by Chip Zdarsky. Some of you may be familiar with that. And then I was like, the only thing I can think of that was like a Top Cow crossover, I started naming like the individual titles. And then Joe was like, yeah, that's it. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it was an 8-part series. I actually didn't even know it was an 8-part series.
Switchblade. There was so many different ones. There was one with Ballistic too.
Yeah.
Freaking Wolverine. That was a good one.
Benitez, hell yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna cover all that in the next 2 weeks.
Surfer is the one that I remember the most.
That's the first one. That's issue 1.
Well, there was one before that though. I read it today.
What issue was it?
It was Devil's Reign 1.5, Silver Surfer 1.5, Witchblade.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a 1.5.
Or 1 and
I don't
1
have any of the
or
halves.
something like that. Yeah, my dad had it. So that was
Nice.
that's actually the first book. So I read 3 of them, but the premises of the series in general is pretty much Mephisto goes over to the Top Cow universe and wants to collect all of the souls. So he
That's
can
how you say it?
Yeah.
Mephisto? I thought it was Mephisto.
I thought it was Mephisto.
I don't know. I'm from Mass, so does anything I say is correct? But basically, that's the premises of it. He wants to go over to the Top Cow universe and collect all of the souls so he can become the most powerful within the Marvel universe. So that's the premises of the series. So
what
far.
a devil.
What a devil. What a devil's reign. Saying hi to the chat real quick. Mark Pangren was the number 1 in the chat, number 1 in our hearts. Top Cow crossover. We're all killer. Yes, sir. We're going to look at them all in the next 2 weeks. Here on the Steadfast is rocking and rolling with us as well. Hail the Lore. How good to see you. We got Dennis Kelly as well. We got Geek Hazoo, which we just found out is watching from Hong Kong. So shout out to you. Thank you so much for joining us over in Hong Kong. We appreciate you very, very much. Absolutely. That's really awesome. Let's see. The Gooch. Look at that, man. Just gifted 5 memberships again. My God, man. Thank you so much, brother. We really appreciate you. And I did this last time too, you know.
Love
Shanny's
you,
not, huh? Oh yeah. Shanny's not here, but this is my favorite. So we're gonna do this for the 5 memberships, and we'll tell you who got them here in a second. But thank you, brother.
Hello, Eugenia.
Jimmy King. Oh! You are a bastard.
Yeah!
Let me help you up.
I guess I deserve that.
Oh, I just had to kick you in the diddly again.
Nut crunching dick kicks, diddly going. It seems like all is right in the world. And picked up by Arthur Lyon, McShort, Zach Fernandez, and Mike McMahon. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much, the Gooch. We really, really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Time Scales is rocking here from San Francisco treat, as they say. Great to see you. Member of the channel, Duck Bacon, is in the house. Hail to you. Thank you for being here as always. Paulus Arts as well. Thank you, my friend. Pizza is here. That's all I have to say. Pizza is here. Member of the channel, Cosmic Studios. Hail to you. We have our boy Jaro's in the house. Morning. Haven't looked at these books in years. Hail the chat. Yeah, I was hoping that either you people haven't seen this or haven't looked at them in a long time. So I'm excited to dive into these. Who did I get everybody? I think I might have got everybody so far. Like cruise down here. Mephisto. Well, could be.
I don't think it would be Mephisto because it's not an M-O for the beginning of his name.
Joke.
I always thought it was.
Well, I'm just saying it's M-E.
Meh.
Mephisto.
Guys, I just want to say to everybody in the chat, there's this new thing called goals. Everybody seems to be using it. I want to try it. Our goal, 1 super chat. It didn't work last hour. We'll see if it works this hour. But they say you need to give something to celebrate. What are we going to do when we celebrate if we get 1 super chat? I'm throwing this out to my panel here. To our co-host. What do we do?
Celebrate?
Something small, because it's just something simple, right? 1 super chat could be 2 cents. I don't give a shit. That's our goal. 1 super chat.
Sean's flashing them, I guess.
I don't want to get like struck. I don't know.
That's all I got.
Some nipple.
No, something. I mean, chat. What would you want as the celebration if there was one super chat? Somebody tell me, because I got to put it up here and I'll set the goal and we'll see if we can get this thing going successfully, which did not happen last time around. Kayla says Mephistopheles.
What the fuck is it? Mephistopheles.
No, I know what it is, but I can't. If I hadn't read it, I could say it. I'm not going to try. Yes, I like that. We're going to do that. Well, yeah.
I'm not doing jumping jacks. I'm sorry, guys. I'm in the middle of packing. I'm in the middle of a huge move right now.
But otherwise,
yeah. Again, it's a simple.
All right, I could show off.
It's a simple celebration.
All right. I could show off one of my pictures from my photo shoot. I haven't posted yet.
All right, simple rewards, people. It's one super chat. It could be $1.
Simple reward.
Oh, all right. There we go. We got it. I didn't even put the goal up yet.
There's a super chat, motherfucker.
John for $2 says this is to the pervert Sean for taking clothes off. All right, Sean, you got to take something off. Apparently,
what has that?
Something is not going to get struck. There you go. What was happening here?
You should take off the hat.
My wristband. I haven't shaved in days.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Wristbands off.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to John. We're meeting the goal. I didn't even post it yet.
John's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Okay, what the chat is saying, Kayla says supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Yeah, I like these ideas, guys. Why is it all Kayla based? But I'm just saying.
Because I have the best accent.
A prevert, yes. Slip of the tongue says a prevert. Oh shit, there we go. John again, man. Whoa. I said prevert. Prevent.
Prevent.
Non-reading wacko.
Oh, I can put it back on then.
Well, our bad.
Now I got 2 super chats.
This is a good point. Have Joe read something long and out of the dictionary. That would be entertaining. Okay, we'll do this. We got 2 super chats. I'm going to set this to 5 super chats. 5 super chats, and I'll read something out of the dictionary that's long and entertaining. Joe reads. How do you spell dictionary?
DICKTIONARY.
Oh my god, there's no K in dictionary.
Is there no K? There's no K in dictionary?
Really?
God.
I can't read.
I can't
spell.
I thought it was dictionary.
DICTIONARY.
Start goal. There we go. Goal has been started. How that goes.
See,
right.
I offered up a picture from my
super chat,
photo shoot, and
we need to hold that off till we get like 20 super chats.
That's like $100 chat.
Yeah.
Send the $100 chat, and we'll show it off.
We gotta build up to these things, right? We can't just go crazy. Sheldon Martin, member of the channel, for $10. Thank you, guys. Says, sorry I'm late. Why is Kayla the only one dressed to kill? For super chats, have Kayla say, our keys are in my what?
What?
Khakis with a North Beer bird. Wow. I can't even say that.
Khakis are in my khakis with the North Beer beard horror.
Wow, that was pretty good. Yeah.
I got it.
That was better than what I did.
Super chat, motherfucker.
Read at least.
John for another $5 says the fans were made promises for Kayla photo, and by fans I mostly mean me. Well, there were no promises of the photo.
I mean, I offered it up and you offered dictionary reading, so I guess we're going with the dictionary reading.
Yes, we got to go. Okay, so you can't count the first 2 by John because that was something else. So right now we're at 2. We need 3 more, and I'll do the dictionary reading. If we're gonna do the photo shoot thing, it's got to be like something big. Like that's got to be, Zach wanted to give away like artwork or something. Like, no, dude, like you got to work up to something big.
I mean, I could technically give away some shit in here too. Got plenty of it to give away.
Everything I want Kayla to say starts with an N, and I can't stand sit. Bleh.
Be said on YouTube.
All right. Amazing read through. Yes.
Why,
See,
thank
I'm
Oh,
it's
that's
already hard for
horrible.
me. All right.
Oh my god.
The goal is 3 more super chats, and I'll read something out of the dictionary. You guys can choose in the chat. While we're waiting on that, by the way, thank you, chat. We love you guys so much for joining us every week. Wherever you might be watching, please hit the like button. Come over to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel, share the channel out to people, get in other people's chats, let them know that we're streaming live. Spam them, tell them I said it's okay. You'll be fine. You know, you'll be all right.
There's a super chat, motherfucker.
All right, John's going crazy. John's the man. Joe canceled a photo shoot for a photo for a dictionary. I'm questioning his life choices. No, you got to build up to these things. You can't just be like, hey, here's big surprise for one super chat. That was the original thing, which is one super chat. You know, so we gotta work up to those things, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for joining in. This has been fun. All right, what do we need? Two more, and I'll have to read something, I guess.
So this is pretty much where the crossover begins. Do you want me to fill you in? This was written by Walter Simonson.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know
Fill
you
us in with
guys
some of the stuff that we don't care about, but the chat might.
So I think I should go over probably the 1/2 before I walk into this real quick.
Okay.
So pretty much like, so technically the 1 1/2 kind of just introduced everything, but this book here, if we go into this here, so how can I put this without like complete? Has everyone read this?
Great composition.
Just want a quick like.
I've actually never read this. I just looked at it.
It's been like 30 years. I just go by the pictures. Like
so
97 timescales. 97.
Yeah.
So
break it down in 30 seconds or less. Go.
Pretty much it's like, okay, I can't do it in 30 seconds. Never mind.
35 seconds or less.
No, I don't think I can, to be honest.
40 seconds.
I think I talk way too much for that. But basically it was like Ghost Rider, Wolverine, Punisher, Hearts of Darkness, where it kind of all started, and then they went off from here. So like for me to explain it would be kind of long to do. So we'll just get into
kind of already explained it a little bit, right? Mephisto.
Yeah, I mean I explained the overall synopsis for the whole series quickly. Okay, so we can just get into the artwork. I'm a little off. It's been a while since I streamed. Okay. So
yeah, I think a lot of people saw it's like this was a very impressive cover. Time scales when it came out, very beautiful by our very own Mark Silvestri, and a guy I like to call Bat on inks here, just killing it. This is one of my favorite periods of Mark Silvestri art. Right around the time he was dropping the darkness and kind of getting into more of getting out of the Jim Lee-isms a little bit, getting more into the Mark Silvestri-isms and just kind of doing his thing.
I drew that picture for some art thing in high school.
The Silver
No,
Surfer.
that's good. Yeah.
Silver Surfer.
First time I got markers.
Cool look, I think. And I love the colors on this. The colors are gorgeous. I really, really like the use of the white highlighting on the Silver Surfer. Just the Silver Surfer is a cool character. He's not like a particularly like, how can I put it? Like,
there's a super chat, motherfucker.
He's not super fancy or anything. He's not necessarily like.
It's the shiny.
It's the shininess on him. Yes.
Sheen and shine.
That sheen. Yes.
I love the composition of these pages. I love this Mobius-isms.
Yes.
This is great.
John for $10. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it very much. Time Scales doesn't know what they're talking about. Cussing Kayla is the best version of Kayla. I DoorDash her tequila to bring out Cussing Kayla. Jeez, I can't even speak. But she's picky which weirdos she gives addresses to. That is true. That is true. Thank you, brother. One more, and I'll read something, I guess. I don't even have a dictionary, but I had to bring that up on Google. John, you're the man.
This is very Mobius. Like, I will agree with Sean on that. This definitely has that kind of Band-Aid Destiny European comic book style vibes as far as landscaping goes here on these pages. Even the coloring a little bit. I just think the colors in these books are gorgeous.
I know Steigerwald did some of this. I don't know if he did this.
Yeah.
I think the colorist on this book, I think it said Greg Hammond, J.D. Smith, and
Legends.
Isanova?
Yeah, Isanov.
Richard Isanova or Isanov, Jonathan Smith, and Greg Hammond.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. I like it. I kind of almost would have been like Furcow-ish because it's got a little kind of Furcow or Hammerlin feel to it. But I'll agree with you guys both with the Mobius thing. But I also think like the way that Mark and Top Cow specifically did like these rundown like metal rubble and stuff like that was just, it was very unique to this time. It was very unique to Top Cow. Like if you look at all their artists, they all did very similar stuff to this. I think it's one of the reasons why I really just you're drawn to these books in '97 when they came out. There's just something special about everything these books had.
I mean,
except for you, because you just got them in the mail.
Except for me, yeah, because I only really read one of them.
So the textures there in the face look great. All the little line work and that sheen, that shine is just amazing. The colorist did such an amazing job on Silver Surfer. The other look of Silver Surfer I like is Buscema's run. Shout
out to Daniel. This is morning at Joe, Kayla, and Sean. God bless. God bless you, my friend. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. YSA is in the house. Is yes, definitely great art or color work. Yes.
Like this is
I love this.
Insane.
That's such a Simonson shot
too.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, very Simonson shot.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean.
Simonson wrote Weapon Zero.
What's happening?
The hand.
She's making fun of me.
The hand.
Oh,
the hand
why?
is reminiscent of Sean's hand.
I don't get it. Am I missing something? Is it inside joke?
Hands injured.
Both of them.
We're technically twins right now.
Oh yeah. You guys.
Yeah, his is the opposite one though.
Injured prone. So we switch up artists here.
Oh my god, the shadowing. Absolutely. I love this silhouette. Yep. I fucking love this silhouette. I'm gonna lose my mind. But this
Top Cow did some of the best silhouettes, man, in this period of time. Yep.
This still does have a European feel to it. And I was even thinking that when I was reading it. So I'm glad that Sean kind of brought up the Mobius thing.
Very smart.
You are very smart. Sometimes.
This is cool. All right, so just so you guys know, the artists on this book were Billy Tan.
Nice.
Mung Koi.
Okay.
Obviously, Silvestri did pages 1 through 5, and then Kirk Van Warmer did 6 through 9. So this is Kirk Van Warmer then that we're looking at. Then Billy Tan takes over for the rest of the book, starting on page 10. So again, just a really nice lineup of artists on these crossovers. And it's really cool to see Marvel characters drawn by the Image guys. You know what I'm saying? Like that was what was always cool in the 90s. Brett Booth did it awesome. You know, obviously Jerez and all of them. Like when you get to see these guys take on Marvel characters is really, really cool.
Besides Silvestri. I mean, Silvestri did the Uncanny X-Men and did stuff that was phenomenal. That absolutely, like his artwork completely inspired me. Just for ideas from the art that he did on X-Men, especially like and particularly with Inferno and everything. Just him working with Chris Claremont was just
Chris Claremont. I need to get that drop still. Timescale says this show right here, ACBA is of an extreme historical value with this kind of coverage. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, we're making history.
Yes, I agree with this here.
Yes, pizza. Absolutely. What up, Black Spiders, member of the channel? Good to see you, brother.
I love Weapon Zero. I love the
Weapon Zero was really cool. We should look at that sometime.
We should.
Cool character
One of my favorite
designs.
series. Yeah. Beautiful Benitez art. Great to see his growth from the miniseries to the main series. And then just look, I've ripped so much shit off of their costume designs for like Type 1. So yeah. Sure.
Hey, I will go down, you know, on my deathbed, and I will always say I think that the 90s had some of the best character designs ever. Still to this day. I just think you couldn't beat it. There was just something about the creativity, the borrowing from manga and anime, bringing them over to the Western culture and just kind of putting some of these really amazing character designs together. Didn't have to be practical, didn't have to be functional, and just looked cool. And I think that's what was cool about it.
And you know, it's also cool. Like, this is kind of like showing of the times of Top Cow parting ways from quote unquote superhero shit and going more towards like the mystical and fantastical
True.
of times. You got the Witchblade, you got Weapon Zero.
Darkness.
You know, like it just kind of
Yeah.
well within this miniseries.
Oh,
then
within the miniseries, I got you.
Yeah. Then it's like then all you get full blown just like the dark fantasy like within a year later. Like these, we hardly see these characters. That we don't see these characters anymore.
And I think that was a change for Top Cow for the better. You know, they really stood out from the pack during this time in the late 90s when they made the change from superheroes where they were primarily like Cyberforce and all that. And they were like, you know, they went more, like Sean said, to the supernatural. And I think they really stepped out on their own and they put out some amazing titles. Aphrodite 9, Witchblade, Ascension, you know, Weapon Zero, The Darkness, obviously. You know, and they really kind of struck out their own chord, their own niche in the industry, and they did it great. I mean, look at the art on some of this stuff with all the artists, all the inkers. You talk about Extreme Studios having some fantastic inkers. Man, Top Cow had some fantastic
top
inkers.
tier,
insane. That just made everybody look great. You know, Weems, Benitez, Bat, D-Tron.
Team D-Tron, like he had his own squad of people doing shit like him. Like that's phenomenal.
Yep.
Like you're that good. Like let's get a crew of people to mimic you. Like that's fucking tight.
Yeah.
I mean,
hell of a talents.
Personally, I feel Mark Silvestri in general would have been just an amazing horror artist. There is a darkness to all of his artwork in an aspect, and it's not just like the horror, it's also that dark fantasy feel, which really works well with horror, but that's what I see in his art style. So
Kayla and I were talking
the Batman book.
Kayla and I were talking one day, and I told her, I was like, Mark was always a big fan of the horror. Like when he got into comics, he got into the horror comics, you know, and he got into stuff like Vampirella as well. And his original influence was more horror style stuff, you know, and then, you know, you get hired by Marvel, you go into the superhero stuff for decades, but he definitely has that within his history. And I completely agree. Like he could draw some amazing horror stuff if he wanted to, especially right now with his style he's got. But
I think his actual first work was horror comics. I think I was bringing that up to you.
It was like one of the House of
it was a House of Mystery.
Yeah.
Or House of Secrets. I can't remember. House of Mystery, House of Secrets. One of them. I can't remember. I told Joe I found the book in the shop. I was bagging and boarding it.
Yeah.
And
covered by Kubert.
Yeah.
Look at some of this Billy Tan work. Billy Tan, I don't think got a lot of recognition because he was overshadowed by guys like Turner and Finch and guys like that. But I always loved Billy Tan's work. I thought he was some of the closest to like Silvestri in the way that he drew and rendered. And I was really a big fan of the stuff he did. And for some reason, he just never ascended like some of the other names did to superstardom. But like
now he's got a hell of a career.
What's he doing now?
Just like in the past, like working on Marvel shit, like just artistically blew up. I believe he originally came into this being an inker, and he just wanted to be a penciler so hard that he worked for it.
Okay, I didn't know that.
This is like some of my favorite things that was done. Was those vertical page turn? I love that.
That's a staple of the 90s that went away and it needs to be brought back.
Absolutely. Great female body proportions.
You gotta we talk about it all the time. If you're new to the channel, I always gotta say this, but we talk about all the time on this channel, like sexy characters. That's what comic books should be. Sex sells, whether you're female or you're male characters. Nobody wants to see ordinary drawn characters in comic books, and Top Cow did some of the best work when you talked about sexy people in general in the late 90s, and a lot of that came from Silvestri, but it was carried on with Turner and Finch and Benitez, Tan, all these guys.
All of that radiation.
Yeah, so good, so amazing.
So the next one we're looking at is the David Finch one, right? The Cyblade Ghost Rider. This is gorgeous.
Chung.
It's him and somebody else.
Chung.
Yep.
Chung has such a small body of work, but he is so phenomenal. He did this, he did 9 volt, he did a philosophy, various other Top Cow stuff. But he's a director for animation now, doing like maybe Rick and Morty, and like shit like that.
Oh, nice.
But like I've always loved this guy's work. It's animated, clean, but rendered in detail. It really works out.
Yeah,
well.
very clean style compared to some of the other guys, and you'll see the contrast between him and David Finch. You got Anthony Chung.
Yeah, but
a little bit more cartoony.
I love it.
But this is a little bit more cartoony as well in this.
For some reason, when I was looking through this, I was thinking about like the first half of this book reminded me of Gargoyles, the Disney cartoon, just because.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why.
No, I see it.
There's something about the artwork that kind of was reminiscent to that cartoon, to me at least. Yeah, even the colors that were done in this first half.
Look at that. I thought this was again, Anthony Chung, artist. David Finch does pages 7 through 9 and 16, inked by Joe Weems, colors by Peter Steigerwald, with a bunch of assistants as well. So
I think it was interesting too, the characters that they put together for this crossover, like having Cyblade kind of meet up with Ghost Rider of all people.
Yeah.
Like it's
so we're gonna get into some Finch stuff here, some early Finch work.
That's cool.
I love that there.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
So gorgeous. The colors are so beautiful here.
What happened to modern Top Cow? That's what we all wonder, Jaro. We all wonder.
That's awesome.
Well, I think
we're gonna take a second look at this.
Look at those hatching.
It's.
Go ahead, Kayla, and I want to jump into some of the art, but go ahead, finish your thought.
Oh, no, I think what it is with the modern comics, when you're looking at some of the artwork there, is that there is not the same use of rendering and textures. Everything looks very kind of flattish, and that's due to the younger generation. They're trying to kind of emulate certain things from manga. Like, or anime, I should say anime, because manga tends to have more detail in it. They're trying to emulate that into comics, and I don't think it's working very well, because to me it makes a lot of the artwork look soulless and kind of boring.
No, I 100%
agree. It can be good artwork. It's not that the artwork is bad, but it's just missing something. I like that. I love grittiness. I love gritty artwork. And that's my personal preference. So
yeah, and that's what's missing. I mean, that's what I love so much about the 90s art, and why it's so inspiring to me. Just look at all the line work.
Look at the textures.
Yeah, look at the texture, look at the line work that is just in the skull, the lighting that's going on, this transformation. Ghost Rider always had a really cool transformation, even in the comics. Tex era, Tex did a great job when he was working on the book. But this was just a very cool, more graphic image, right? Top Cow feel to the transformation of Ghost Rider. David Finch really knocked it out of the park here. And then just this side profile of Ghost Rider's skull lit up, the lighting, the line work. Obviously, Joe Weems going in and inking and doing his thing just makes it look absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, this is the stuff I live for. Like this kind of art right here. If you want to impress me, you draw like this. You put out books with this kind of shit. That'll impress me. I'll buy it every time.
Yeah, it's just I just can't get over like all the hatching that was done there, and how they blend all that hatching in with the shadowing that they do, and it doesn't look like all kind of. It doesn't look messed up. It doesn't lose detail.
Yeah, they were great at doing that. I think they were the best. I'll stake my flag in that right now, on the claim that Top Cow was the best at doing that kind of style art.
And Buscema.
That's the benchmark, Joe. No, I feel you. Ja Rose said it's more the toned down nature of Top Cow's properties that killed me more than just the lazy photo traced art styles. No, I get you. The books coming out of Top Cow now are just, it's just not reminiscent of Top Cow.
This is gorgeous. Oh my goodness. This is so beautiful. I love her body proportions. I love the pose. I love the hands there. I love everything about really that. I love the muscle definition that's on her stomach. I love the colors that are on this. I love when you look at the top of her thigh at the boot, you can see all that texture, all those little lines there, and then the highlight. I know you didn't zoom into it, but there is a ton of line work all over those boots. So I even like the lines that they did to shape her breast on the side.
Yeah, it's good color bounce there.
Yeah.
Hill Lore said today's comic art in most cases is more blank and doesn't have those small details that make you just want to sit and look at the page. That's my point. Yeah, you nailed it right there. Like
it's flat.
The art that we look at on this channel, you get immersed in the page, right? That's why the show is called Appreciating Comic Book Art, and why we look at a lot of this element. Look at this. This is cool. Shit like this is cool. You want to sit and you want to stare at detail of everything. You want to talk about detail. There's a shot that Joe Benitez does in issue 4 of a motorcycle that Wolverine's riding, and the detail on that bike is insane.
Yes.
You know, but this is just like the redesign of Ghost Rider here. I think it's a redesign because I don't ever remember him looking like this in Marvel. Maybe he did. I don't know.
Towards the tail end of his series.
Oh, he actually did? Okay. All right. I kind of like the more traditional Danny, Ketch version, but this is pretty cool too. I'm not gonna lie. By the way, we got 111 people watching all together on X and on YouTube. Wherever you're at, please hit the like button. Share the show out. Let people know that we're live. We're looking at some amazing art. If you get a chance, please go to the YouTube channel, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and consider becoming a member.
Oof.
Back to the show. Here we go. Contrast here, the two art styles on this book right now. You got Chung on the left, and you got Finch on the right. Again, early Finch. I like the dirtiness. See, that's the cool, you got the really clean style of Chung, and then you got the dirtiness of Finch here on the right. I much prefer the right, but regardless, it all looks good to me.
I prefer the right too. I love the pose on the left. I truly do love that pose. I love how it's breaking the panel. It's exciting to look at. I love that, but it's Finch's hair fucking just steals the show for me. I love
the design element
hair
of the smoke and shit and the fire in the corner, just how it is, and like the border around that. Like it's kind of like not uncontrolled, but like Muka in a way, but like on acid. Just design work and how it's formed. Very cool. I'm gonna steal that trick.
Could have used a bigger can there, panel 1.
I even like the kick at the top above her head, the elongating of the leg like that to just make it look more dynamic, and then basically putting that sound effect there. But Finch's hair, holy shit, the hair is what does it for me.
Loves
because
the hair.
It's guiding my eyes through the whole page. It really is. Like the hair.
It's something very subtle here, but I love the hatching on the skull, the top of the skull here on Ghost Rider, just showing the form, right? Just rounding it off a little bit, but it's something simple, but really love it.
The silhouette.
The eyes of fire
there too. Yeah. This is just a beautiful book.
Yeah. I was actually really impressed when I was looking through these 4 issues. And again, next week we'll dive into issues 5 through 8 and we'll wrap up the series. We got Michael Turner art in the next episode coming up. Look at this.
Fuck yeah.
Killraiser,
This was kill. Yeah. Character design was always badass, but just the way that you used the blacks in the 90s, right? The way that you used the black to really bring things out, make things 3D, pop out, round it out. The lighting obviously was fantastic. It was just something special. It was something else. You see some of this, right? Some artists still do this today. Don't get me wrong, but you don't see enough of it. To me, this is comic book art right here. And I love it. Love everything about it.
The highlighting, the color. Who did the colors on this page? Do you know? The colors in this book are.
Steigerwald did this entire thing with a bunch of assistants.
Yeah, I mean, well, I love. Steigerwald's like one of my favorite colorists of all time.
Oh yeah, he's fantastic. Fantastic.
It's still beautiful. Look at the colors just pop. The colors just pop, that purple and everything. I love the color palette that is being used here. So, and it was interesting because at the beginning of the book, the color palette was more muted. And as the book has gone on, the colors have intensified. I don't know if you noticed
that.
Especially
with the fires and stuff. I mean, it could be storytelling. You get into more intense stuff. Black Spider says, "Is that hell Wolverine?" Which
Not
I think was
this period of time.
Yeah, I don't think Wolverine pops up until issue 3.
Well, technically.
Okay, so this is issue 3. And this is, again,
Tan?
This one I loved.
Billy Tan with D-Tron on the inks.
Nice. Good
D-Tron,
team.
Yeah, D-Tron was amazing.
Yeah.
They did Spear of the Tau together. I would highly suggest everybody get that too. That's a beautiful book.
I looked for it. I couldn't find it, Sean. I did look for it today.
Colors are Richard Ivanoff again, Tyson Wangler, and Greg Hammond. So the same team, I think, from issue 1 are doing the colors on this. Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. You can see it right there.
Warren Ellis wrote this one. Oh, that makes sense. I didn't pay attention. This is the last one I read. And I actually enjoyed this story the most out of all the story, like story-wise.
There's a super chat, motherfucker.
All right. Before we jump into that really awesomeness, and I want to point something out about that a little bit later. John got us up to that 5th super chat. I think the goal is saying 2 of 5. I don't know why it's saying 2 of 5 there. I think this is the 5th one. It's a seizure o'clock. Got to get away from the computer. +1 towards Joe reading dictionary because that's man. I hope you're doing all right, dude.
Please take care of yourself, John.
Yeah.
All right, and fuck you because I know that makes you feel better.
Yeah,
so.
That's an endearing thing.
He likes when I swear. John loves when I swear. He does.
Yeah, it is very true.
From the bottom of my heart, fuck you. Yeah, have a good one.
Take care of yourself. Hope you're doing better.
Yes, please take care of yourself.
Thank you so much for the super chats.
Yes,
we appreciate you.
Kayla, what does the dictionary edition by the
direct
edition by the barcode mean?
So it's not a newsstand copy.
There you go. Warren Ellis, you guys are open old brain cell. Wait, you guys are open old brain cells now.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Opening? Like
opening old brain cells now?
Yeah, like refreshing the old brain cells. So yeah, this was a really cool shot. I just like, again, the exaggeratedness, right? Like you could tear this apart and be like, this looks weird here, this looks odd, but the thing I don't like about art critics like that is like comic book art isn't supposed to be perfect, right? This reminds me of the exaggeration of something like Eon Flux, or some kind of animated thing like that. It's just in your face. But the biggest thing is it looks cool, and I just have to say it's got to be hot on her crotch. Does anybody else think that?
Yeah.
I mean,
you got a fire crotch right now.
I'm just gonna say, like, you got Ghost Rider who's got a flaming skull, and you're riding on his shoulders. I mean, I'm just
saying, of all,
she's got cybernetic.
First of all, we're always cold. We're always cold.
Okay.
When does a woman not complain that she's cold?
That's true. Women are cold a lot.
So, she's fine. She's content with this. Yeah.
John says, I do like that dirty talk or hate talk. Well, feel better, brother. Feel better.
Feel better, John.
My brain hurts, but online and streaming all day. Definitely, brother. Take a break.
Yes,
we appreciate everybody that's in the chat hanging out. We got a very talented man, Steve yeah. Your last name. You know how to say it. I don't know how to say it, but great to be here. Wait, what did I walk in on? Oh, you never know, man. But thank you for joining us. Appreciate you. Fantastic art. I love this. Later on, you're going to see they reuse this shot. They just shrunk it down and put it into a different panel because we kind of do like a flashback or something, I think, in the story. But really? I caught it and I was like, that's a good use. I like that. She cold, but she looks hot. That's all that matters. Okay, here we go. La Chowski. Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. I can't read. You know that. Remember the channel Sheldon Martin says the answer to cold women is to flame the crotch.
Wow.
We just figured it out. Just figured it out. I like that. We're solving world problems here on ACBA.
The backgrounds. So I thought the backgrounds in this book in particular were very interesting because they're either super detailed or not.
That's okay. Sean and I talk about that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact, right, that you can have a panel be super detailed. You let the reader know where you're at, and then you can back away from that. We don't need backgrounds in every panel, right? And then Top Cow did that all the time, from Silvestri on down to everybody else. You do a very super detailed panel like that. You got the entire background, and then you've got 3/4 of the page, no background. You just let the colorist go in, put something in there. You know what? It looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah, a woman can freeze to death in 80-degree weather.
It's true, I do. No, I think it works really well for storytelling. I found it very interesting though, because the amount of detail, when you look at where this artist chose to do detail in the backgrounds, they were hyper detailed.
Yeah. No, I agree. I absolutely agree with what you're saying. It was kind of a technique choice, right? Like you could do the backgrounds, they could do them just fine. But then you have a lot of panels like this where you're like, we know where they're at, right? We don't need to show the background all the time when you know exactly where they're at, because the focus is on the action anyway. And I don't even miss the background in pages like this because I'm focused on all the awesome panel work and all that stuff that they're doing throughout the art.
I think it's a storytelling choice.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I agree. Timescale says, give a cold woman your jacket and she might just warm you up in return. Oh, I like that. Chivalry,
So, but like at this point here, Mephisto has pretty much just like discovered that the souls are like ready to be taken in this world. So it's just he's trying to set himself up as like the lord of this world.
I like that you have a good old fashioned 90s preverted tongue, preverted tongue there. You can't do that nowadays, modern day, but 90s, man.
Preverted?
Yeah, preverts,
I wouldn't call it that. I mean, I just think it's a tongue. So
it's tongue going on the top of her tits. What do you think that character is alluding to?
Honestly, I didn't notice
can't do that anymore.
I saw the side of her face. That's what I saw.
Oh, I saw the preverted tongue is what I saw. Is she smoking a joint? It looks like a joint, but I think it's just a messed up cigarette from the fight. Could be a joint though. We'll go with that. I do have to give one critique though. Like, it's not a good ass. It's a little bit of a flat butt. I'm not happy with the way that Tan drew that. I gotta say, that was the only thing I didn't like when I was looking at this.
It's a W butt.
But it's not round enough.
It's not shaped a W. There, remember I told you there's a B butt, a J butt, and a W butt.
Yeah, but Ballistic doesn't have a W butt.
Well, he gave her one, so
yeah, but I'm just saying, like, he gave her the wrong butt. Sean, back me up in this.
She has ass.
She got kind of ankly too.
Ballistic has an ass.
Yeah.
Looks like she got more boobs than butt right now.
Yeah, he definitely focused more on the tits in this book, which is fine. I'm just saying, like, that should have been a little bit more of a shape, a little bit more shaped, a little bit more round. Alphabet butts.
I mean, it's
we'll do a whole show about it one of these days.
It basically, like, Ghost Rider's here to assist her. It's kind of odd. Like, I liked this book. Sorry, I'm like rambling on about the story. I'm like everywhere tonight.
By the way, we have 118 people watching all together. Thank you so much for pneumonia. It sucks. Thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciating Comic Book Art Live. We are looking at The Devil's Reign, which was the crossover between Marvel and Top Cow in 1997. Some amazing art. If you haven't yet, please hit the like button. Go to the YouTube channel, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the channel out. Go ahead.
Sorry, you don't think it's awesome? She's lighting a cigarette off his face.
No, it's cool. That's why I paused it here. Yeah, it shows the badassness of her character. Because Ballistic was always an awesome character, still is. Yeah. I don't know what they're doing with her anymore, but she was just a really, really cool, very strong, sexy character in the 90s.
That kicks ass.
Jaro said that's just a wholesome, family-friendly tongue right there. Yeah, no, I agree. Preverted.
This is like every smoker's fantasy. Either that or to have a dragon to fucking light it up for you.
Billy, the Billy Tan can draw tan the cans. I can't even say that. Remember the channel Don is in the house. Cool looking Ghost
Don.
Rider.
Yeah.
I agree. It's a cool design. All right, I think we're
My
about
buddy,
to get to it.
Pop Man did that.
Did what?
Did the Ghost Rider series on the left.
Joe's your
Oh, hold on, let me
burrito.
back up.
Joe's burrito.
Yeah, I know. That's why I went. Your buddy did that?
Yeah.
Was he
Pop
from
Man.
like the
Oh,
message boards?
No. Well, he was actually the first official guest of Geeks on the Beach in Delaware, 2018.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I don't like to brag or anything, but I threw a comic convention. I'm kind of a big deal. But this was early on in his career. He worked on Ghost Rider.
Very cool. Jaro, I would burn the place down.
I don't think Ballistic
that
is
happened.
a dude.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I absolutely get what you're saying. Joe's Burritos, yes, they were giving me a shout out in 1997. I was very happy about that. You know, how old was I in 97?
I was 7.
15.
Or
I
8.
would have been
16.
Yeah, 16. Yep.
Damn.
I like that shot. Again, Ghost Rider is one of those cool characters you can always put in those awesome poses, riding that bike, throwing the chain, you know. A lot of good Marvel artists back in the day did some fantastic work. Silvestri did an awesome Ghost Rider cover that's out there. It's fantastic.
I love this shot here on the right page.
Yeah, the action. Look at that. On the left page, but yeah.
I knew you were going to go into the left page, but it's the right page that I'm drawn to.
Yeah, I had to go to the left page because I just love the storytelling of the action. The panels just being thrown all wacky with the shots of the characters being hit or killed. And I really love this fourth panel, or the fifth panel, I guess, if you want to call it that. Just the side profile there of just going through all those guys. Like it's simple, but I really dig that.
I'm really drawn to actually what's in the middle there in the white gutter area where it's like little character. I can't even talk now because you guys couldn't talk.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
What?
Like the characters. Not the profile. I'm talking about. I like how all the. Never mind.
Yeah, that's panel 5 in the. Yeah, it's a side profile because it's a side shot, right?
Well, no, profiles of the face, so it's just a side shot. I thought you were literally talking about the profile.
There is no other Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, side shot. Sorry, grammar police.
I'm sorry, I just couldn't understand because you say profile. I think profile.
Your profile. All right. Jaro says, yeah, love Ballistic, her, and Ripclaw were my favorite Top Cow characters. Oh, yeah. Ripclaw was the shit.
Good. This looks so fucking good. Look at the gun. And then the moon behind, like, so fucking good. I love it.
Damn it. There we go. All right.
Yes. Look at the detail on the gun.
Yeah, a lot of awesome, really, really cool detail there. I like the fire from the gun. Wasn't Silvestri talking about it? Oh, sorry. You guys talking to her.
You guys talked to Silvestri?
You guys talked to Silvestri?
This is where you're talking about they recycled the art.
Yeah, because they did like a flashback, right? So then they bring it back full circle, which I get. And I like that. But yeah, they just kind of shrunk it down, recycled it, and put it in this page, which it works, you know. What I really like about that page, though, is the movement of the cab being shot up and twisting or flying around. Like, it's really well done. Like, yeah, there's recycled shot there, which is fine, but I love this panel there, and the next panel below it. It's just really cool. Like, I'm really drawn to it. A lot, you can feel it, and you can feel it when you look at it. So again, Billy Tan, like, highly underrated, and he only got better and better and better.
I like how she's sitting on the bike and her body proportions on the bike.
There you go.
Me too.
A lot
That's
better.
a great shot.
No, I love it.
Dude, look
the
at
M60
this
ain't no joke. We train with those in army boots, and they're heavy. Nice, man.
It's like a freaking Macho Man Wolverine on the other side.
This was, I thought this was a pretty cool double page shot here.
Love
Just
this.
kind of the victorious drive out of the explosion, smoke, and everything. Ghost Rider was basically just the cab driver in that scene. Ballistic did all the big heavy lifting.
I really like the smoke. I really like how the clouds are shaped.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like the simplicity of just that, you know, like the little black swoop there that looks like it's done with why can't I think of the name of the pen that it's called? Like a liner. It looks like it's done with like a liner.
Oh,
pen.
okay.
Yeah.
It probably was inked by a brush. The cans are improving as the story progresses. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Breasts still too extreme here. They are never too extreme. Time scales. Come on now. That's the one thing I love about comic book art. The breasts can never be big enough or too extreme.
Oh, wow.
I like the silhouette here of Wolverine. And this is in his bone claw phase, you know, because they had to take the current Wolverine after his adamantium has been ripped out by Magneto, and he's doing his whole bone claw stuff before he went full feral, which I hated that storyline.
I like that storyline.
You like it when he goes full feral?
I am just like a big Wolverine fan in general, just because I have an attachment to the character because he's my dad's favorite character. So growing up, I probably have read more Wolverine than anything. So,
I love Wolverine, and which is why I hated that like I agree. No nose Wolverine, feral, wearing a weird Ninja Turtle bandana. I don't like it.
Like the Macho Man Wolverine.
Okay, fair enough. I'm an Asian ass guy, I guess.
I'm dead. I can't.
Ass man. Hey, I am an ass man, but I like boobs too. Like if you get comic book characters, female characters, ass and boobs. There's no reason not to have them be perfect because you're drawing it, right? It's the fantasy version of a woman in comics, just like you want to draw the fantasy version of a man, all muscle ripped, you know.
Yeah, it's called Conan the Barbarian. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Here's a Mephisto shot by Mark Silvestri.
Gorgeous.
That was just an advertisement, which is just
beautiful.
Gorgeous.
See the horror element though that's in that. It's just.
Oh, I agree.
I don't know why he's never done like a whole horror story.
I don't know.
Like I just think his artwork, I would like to see him do an entire horror story. And I know someone's gonna say like, oh, The Darkness, because it has horror elements in it and dark fantasy elements in it. But I'm talking about like classic traditional horror. I would love for him to do just like a whole book of horror art.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool.
So we got Benitez cover here.
Yeah.
All right, let me pause this here. So we got Joe Benitez doing pencils and co-plot with Larry Hama, legendary writer of Wolverine there. Inks is Aaron Soud.
Soud.
Looks like Soud to me. SOWD. Soud.
Soud.
I don't see an N. I don't see an A for sword. I see SOWD.
No
I see
Hey,
Soud.
Meg.
Like Soud.
No Sound. We'll go with Sound.
Hey, Stoey.
Dean White. Never heard of him doing the color.
Oh, Dean White? Yeah, dude. He's fucking legit.
Oh, okay. Look at that.
He colored a bunch of.
I mean, it looks good. I just have not heard of the name.
Hitman. Oh, okay.
Yes.
The Kubert Hama run leading up to the Feral Wolverine was one of the best runs in comics. 100% agree with you. The Magnificent One. 1000% agree. And we covered that. I think we went over some of that at least when we did the Adam Kubert run. We did some of the Wolverines there. And that, yeah, I agree. That's some of the best Wolverine work ever leading up to that storyline. Agree. What is Top Cow?
So
I mean, like, what's the name mean, or what is the company?
There's no meaning.
So
yeah, there's no meaning to it.
Me
It's just
Sean talked about this the other day. I thought it meant top creator owned worked. Oh, top creator owned works or something like that. That's what I thought it meant. Sean told me it was about an actual little cow, right? It was a little cow figure.
They had like
In the
just some
office?
stuffed cow thing in the office, and they're like Top Cow. Like it wasn't like there was no thought.
There was no
behind
seriousness to it. Yeah.
It was first Ballistic Studios, but they switched it for whatever reasons, and they're like, "Oh, it's Be Top Cow."
Yep. So this is Joe Benitez in this issue, guys.
Visit our fetish room, Dante's hole.
All right.
That's what the flyer said.
Fetish room? Oh.
Go back.
Dante's hole?
Hey, go back. Go back.
All right, go back. Let me go back one page.
Dante's
okay, yeah.
hole.
Oh,
New
shit.
Year's bash. Visit our fetish room.
Isn't that like a butthole thing? Dante's hole. That's what I'm thinking.
Something satisfy your desires in the devil's
Visit
den.
our fetish room now.
Logan, go here.
Logan's like, oh god, this is gonna smell. Try to show the ads on the back pages if there are some.
This is recorded.
Yeah, I was saying this is recorded, so this isn't live. I always record the videos so I can sit here and talk and BS with the chat. I don't think I showed any of the back of these books. Okay, but I did want to look at this. So when I was talking about the detail, look at the detail on this bike. Just break it down. Like Benitez going crazy. Some old video games were sometimes giving you a small cow in the game. Okay.
What?
Okay. Gonna need a safe word if you go into that hole.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Yeah. Killer bike. I agree. I was very impressed when I was looking at this. I was like, dang it.
Still very cartoony.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is kind of like Benitez's earlier work where it's still a little bit more cartoony before he kind of went to the style we know him as now.
Mm-hmm.
The hair on Wolverine's chest looks really good. And the hair in general, it looks kind of Barry Windsor Smith inspired.
Yeah, back when Wolverine was still smoking. He's smoking a blunt. Yeah, look at that.
Look at it.
It's impressive.
Insane.
Yeah, this was, so this was Top Cow doing the sexy Wolverine. Drew him very attractive. Which may or may not be his character. But I mean, look at that side profile. It's a very attractive side profile.
Yeah, it looks like the guy from Predator.
You always see that, and I don't see it at all.
Which guy? What guy?
The Native American guy.
Kind of looks like Dan.
Oh, Billy?
Yeah.
Oh. Taco hair. He a real man. This dude looks like our down the street neighbor in the 1970s. Oh. And he coloring his
the
for
coloring.
this era was the coloring, yeah. The coloring in this time was fantastic. This late 90s, early 2000s, and you had some of the colors were just exploding. You guys had guys like Hammerlin, Fur Cow, Steigerwald, Liquid Studios was out there doing their things. Just some very fantastic looking colors in these books.
Mm-hmm. Kemp's,
yeah. Dan and Dave were out there doing it.
I love the fucking hair on Wolverine.
Yeah, it's really cool hair.
I didn't
Wolverine's
get
hair is not easy to draw.
Nope.
It really isn't. It's a pain
Well,
in the ass.
I think body hair in general
Body hair is a
is
pain.
probably hard to
Yeah.
draw.
Body hair is not fun to draw. It looks like it would be easy. It's really not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought the same thing, timescales. Yeah. You see Sony and Coca-Cola, wonder if there were. Yeah, I guarantee you.
They were not.
No, I think they were.
Really?
I think they were because it was.
Yeah. I think it was purposely placed in there because it was so perfect, because otherwise they would have changed it to Coca-Cola or something, But I absolutely believe that was probably, maybe there was a time and place where you're getting some advertisements in comics,
Mm-hmm.
during the day. Who knows? Back in the day, I mean.
I love this shot.
He's not Jon Snow. Kayla, what do you think about that?
No, Jon Snow's a lot better looking. But I love that
I
shot
knew it.
of him just sitting on the couch there and with her gazing out the blinds, just in this rundown building. I mean, that's a great shot
Mhm.
as
Yeah.
well, too, of her. But I just like the simplicity of that next shot. Yeah, I just like
Yeah, he's
this.
just chilling.
Yeah, I
Smoking
like
his cig, doing his thing, being Wolverine,
yeah.
being the Calverine.
I like that a lot. It's showing her like kind of just on alert and everything, and he just like doesn't give no fucks. He's ready for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Bear?
What's going on, Jacob? Good to see you, brother. Whack-a-cola? Like that. Body hair, Inker's Nightmare. Yeah, except the ones that do it really well. And watch guys that really know how to ink body hair, and it's really impressive. This is the shit. This is almost kind of like a combination of the Apocalypse, Age of Apocalypse Wolverine design. I thought it was kind of a cool Easter egg to throw in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I dig that.
I love the colors in the background too.
Mm-hmm. Adds a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The colors are making them pop out a lot more too. The foreshortening is really good on this page.
He's always been tied at that. He's always been great doing like foreshortening shots.
Mm-hmm. It looks amazing. And the colors really do help it though. Just the way that they're swirling like that purple and pink in the background with that black and gray. It just makes it pop out a lot more.
Oh yeah, John Byrne's Wolverine was hairy. I mean, Jim Lee did a really hairy Wolverine. A lot of artists, I mean, did a good job at doing the hairy Wolverines. I mean, if you're gonna draw a Wolverine, he's got to be hairy. That's just part of his character, you know. His arms need to be just—it's just what it is. That's a cool shot.
Great shot.
Yeah.
I love the what do you call it, like spittle or spit. You know, like the 90s did that all the time, you know, just to kind of show the intensity in characters when they'd be like yelling or screaming. You just have that line of spit between the teeth. Yeah, that's a cool darkness shot. Darkness 2. Adams knows hair. True.
Adams knows everything. He can do no wrong, and I don't want to hear it from the chat.
False.
You lie. You sit on a throne of lies.
Nope. I gotta tell the truth. I gotta stand up for the truth.
Love
He's perfect in my eyes, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, as long as it's in your eyes. Yep. Yeah, this is a beautiful
shot.
Very gorgeous looking Witchblade here. I like how Mephisto is just like very horny about what his intentions are. He's like, this is my next victim. I'm looking in on a half naked Witchblade, and he's like, I'm liking it. And so are we. Shout out to Joe.
The textures on her costume are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the face is really gorgeous.
Everything. This beautiful page.
Mm-hmm.
The next book is my favorite. My dad had like 6 cover. I don't even know how many covers were done for that Wolverine Witchblade, but there's like at least 4 I think he has.
Yeah, I don't have the Silvestri one, unfortunately. That's the one I really wanted. That's a badass cover, the Silvestri cover. She's like, I have 2. I do miss Top Cow. Yo. I can't find stuff like this on mainstream comics anymore. It's hard, man. It's hard, which is why, I mean, like, come to the indie scene. Look at books like my book, Reaper Destroyer, or Sean's book, like Type 1. You know, we're bringing back some of this kind of art style to the scene. That's absolutely what we're doing. Awesome shiny shadows on the nails. Yeah, this is good stuff. Tune in next week. We're going to be going over issues 5 through 8. We got 2 books of Michael Turner. I think he does Wolverine Witchblade, Elektra Witchblade, and then it goes into some other stuff. But we're going to wrap this entire series next week with the next 4 issues. Yeah, don't be a bum, back Type 1.
Facts.
Absolutely, let's do it. Speaking of Type 1, I'm going to jump here real quick because we're getting a little bit late. I want to wrap up the show here. I'm feeling kind of tired. I debuted the pencils of my cover to Sean's book, Type 1, last week on Ott and Stuff. We are getting this inked by Extreme Studios legend, also worked for Marvel, DC, all the big guys. Marlo Aquiza is going to be inking this up. He's got the art, the original pencils as we speak. and hopefully we'll have something to show you guys in the next month or so. We want him to really take his time on this. No rush and getting it out. You know, he's gonna ink this up and make it look phenomenal. I was very excited how I drew the pencils and how it came out. So looking forward to the Artgasm. You know what's up.
Facts. And we will have 3 versions of this cover. You will get a pencil version. Oops,
yes.
An ink version, and a colored version.
Yeah.
And if you've gotten the Ultimate 1 tier, they will be thrown in there already, so you are good to go. If not, we will have each individual tiers that you could pick and choose as many as you want, because these will look fire.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what he does. I did usually I draw a little bit tighter, but I drew a little bit looser because you're working with a guy that knows what they're doing. You want to give him room to play around with, right? And so he's not just like tracing lines and adding line weight. Like I really wanted him to go in and do your thing. So I drew, as much detail as I wanted to draw in there, but I left a lot of stuff loose. It's a little bit looser than I usually do, but it was fun experimenting with this. Mm-hmm. I drew it a lot faster than a normal draw, and it came out really well. So I'm excited to see what Marlo's going to do. Don't be a bum, back type 1. Let me bring up the campaign real quick so you guys know exactly what we're talking about. This campaign is almost to 10K. Let's get it there.
We're getting there.
Let's get it there. Back the Joe Sontag cover, which is what you just saw. Yeah, it's got my face on there right now, but it's going to be replaced with that beautiful art you just saw. Once we get it inked and colored, it's going to look amazing. Dan Kemp is going to be coloring it. It's going to be awesome. We'll have a special day where we actually debut that, and we'll just try to get some people actually grabbing this cover up here, since it's not my face anymore. But type 1, everybody.
Don't be bummed.
Yeah,
if you like all this stuff we talk about on this show and every other show we do, this book's up your alley. Get it. Fire art, awesome story, heart of gold. I don't like to brag.
Hell yes. Don't like to brag, but he will,
But I will, yeah.
Yeah, check it out.
Book of the century.
Look at that.
Book of the century.
Book of the century.
Yeah.
Next year's book of the year at the Who Gives a Damn Awards.
Yeah.
Type 1. Yeah. Let's go, everybody. Let's go.
This.
I'm sure the mods will drop the links. I've been lazy. I did not put any of the links in the show notes, and I do apologize for that. I'm getting back into the swing of streaming after being out for a month, so it's going to take a second. But everybody check that out. Type 1, Sean's book right there. Reaper Destroyer is my book that is on the way to me as we speak. Hopefully in my hands soon, and hopefully I can start getting books out before Christmas. But if you like what we just saw here, Top Cow feel, this book, my style is a very Top Cow feel. It's just kind of where I was inspired, artistically wise. I got a great cover by Dale Keown. Check that out. But Top Cow, we're talking about guys like Bat and Joe Weems, right? I was able to snag those guys to do some inking on this book. Matt Bat Banning inked my cover for me. That looks just amazing. Having a cover with my signature and then Bat right next to it is a dream come true. I still look at this cover and I'm just in awe that I got to work with guys like Bat and Weems. It's just insanely amazing to me. Shelby Robinson did also another very awesome cover, variant cover. We have a supplemental book with a story written by our very own Kayla down there. They did a fantastic story for me, drawn by Fabio Simeo. But go check out the links if they're in the chat. This is my book, Reaper Destroyer. If you like Spawn, if you like the darkness, you're going to love this book, but it definitely stands on its own when it comes to story. It's not a ripoff or an imitation of those books by any means. It stands on its own as far as where I'm going with it. And I do that on purpose, 100%. But this is going to give you that 90s feel. If you are missing that in comics, it's an updated version of the 90s. It's not necessarily like I'm trying to rip off and do a 90s book. It's just my style, but it's going to give you that you might be lacking here in the mainstream. Check out the page, a bunch of sample pages. You can check out all the updates. There's lettered pages in the updates as well. Fantastic art in this. I was very pleased with how this book came out with my own art, as well as a supplemental book, working with guys like Oliver Isabedra, doing a story for me in the supplemental. Pick that book up as well. And like I said before, Kayla did a story, very fun story. I think you guys are going to really like, with art by Fabio Simeo. No real nudity, guys. Sorry about that. Very subjective, though, or not subjective.
Suggestive.
Whatever.
Suggestive nudity, but still very sexy female character with beautiful curves.
Yeah. Very, very, very well done. Check it out, everybody. Those are our books on this channel. That's the shilling that we will do for right now. Thank you so much for joining us in with this show, going over some amazing art from 1997. Top Cow, Marvel, Devil's Reign crossover. It was really fun. We'll be back next Tuesday to wrap that up with issues 5 through 8. Monday. What'd I say?
Tuesday.
This show used to be on Tuesday for years. Every once in a while, I'll get confused. I'll be like, Sean, Tuesday, we're doing this. He's like, Tuesday? We switch it again?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, you know what's going on, guys. Subjectively
suggestive.
What she said.
Ooh.
Yeah. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. And yeah, thank you for watching from Hong Kong. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. If you haven't before, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss every time when we go on here and look at amazing art and have amazing guests as well. We're going to be back for our show Out and Stuff this Thursday at 10 p.m. We're going to be looking at some of Netho Diaz art on what was that book called? X-Men
Apocalypse.
Era of Apocalypse.
Era of Apocalypse.
We're going to kind of review that a little bit art wise. Netho is one of our favorites right now, is doing great work for Marvel. We're going to have a special guest on as well. Sammy Threepeat, who's the guy I've streamed with before with Gooch, is going to jump on and just hang out. So it's going to be fun. Odd Stuff, 10 p.m. Join us there. Sean, you just posted info on Top Cow on X to all of us.
Nice.
I'll have to check that out after the show. I'm going to try to end this thing. We got Jeez. I need to end the show. I can't read anymore. What the hell's going on? Jana Banana. I'm here for Kayla.
Hello,
and nothing
Jana.
else.
Love you, Jana. At
Fuck
least
us.
someone's here for me. It's always you guys. You guys steal the show all the time.
Bullshit.
I
This
get to
happened
hear
the last
about.
time. This happened the last time. It's probably the last time Jana was in the chat, and you said the same thing. I'm like, nobody's here for us. Chat.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear these lies. Kayla's trying to say that everybody's here for us, not for her. Come on. John met. Well, the goal says 2 of 5, but I do believe we met the super chat.
You did.
The chat, the goal is not saying it correctly, because I do believe we met the 5. I will read that next week when John is back. We'll pick something out. We'll figure out something to read from the dictionary. It's going to be very entertaining because I can't read. It's going to be awesome. So, see, Apex.
You too.
I'm telling you, we don't lie.
Yeah.
We don't lie. We know what's going on. We know what our audience is here for, and it ain't us, which hurts my feelings, honestly, personally. All right. We're gonna get out of here. Be back here next week. We're gonna finish up the Devil's Reign thing. Spawn review. We're gonna be looking at the Violator series.
Finally, I'm coming on.
Issue 1.
I'm coming
on.
Yeah. I'm there for the Violator series.
That show. You know
that series is. I am loving that series. I think Wayshak just did the art for the 3rd issue.
He did. I got to get that. Apparently, it's out. I did not see it in my LCS, so I got to go figure out where that's at. I've got issues 1 and 2, but I wanted to get 3 because that was the one I was really looking forward to for Wayshak's art. I really wanted to check that out.
I'm really loving that series. I am, and I'm sad that it's only going to be a mini series. And I understand it's just supposed to be like an origin thing, but I am loving it, and I love that they're doing a different art style every book, and the tone of the story changes. I really love that book. You guys should check that out. Check out the Violator series so you can come be in the chat for the Spawn show on Monday, because I'll be there.
And get violated with us.
Oh, I like that.
Sean, you're violating people now?
Yeah. Shout out to the Core 20. I haven't said that in a month because we haven't really been streaming that much, but hashtag C20. Great to see you guys as always. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up because I can't talk anymore. Having a stroke or something. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys soon. I'll just leave you with this words of wisdom. Be good to each other. Take care of one another. Look at great comic book art. And as always, picture me naked. Talk to y'all later. Peace.
He should do his duty, and to impress him, takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death." despair grows.
Going down, how about a little reaction, man? You can barely stand this flash, slow attack, man. That was practically suicide.